Hey everybody, my name's Eric from Brickstorm Entertainment, and today I'm going to start taking you on my journey to learn to be a better stop motion animator. I'm using Lego pieces for this stop motion, and I'm going to show you the setup right now, but I have my camera here. This is a Lumix G85 DSLR, and then I have some Lego product here as well as a green screen that I'm using to film the shots for my animation. This is what I have set up currently. So you see my camera, it's pointed at the green screen in the back. I know I need to iron it. I'll get that done eventually. I'm just a bit lazy, but I have a Lego ship that I've built here. There's a little guy in the cockpit there, but the ship's not even finished. All I need to film though is this front part of the ship, the cockpit area. So that's what I'm using right now. And I'm doing stop motion, so I'm going to be filming it in 24 frames per second. I've got just over 1 second of pictures so far in footage that I've taken. As you can see in the frame, the ship is just coming down, and we have the green screen back here so that we can change what the background is depending on how I want to put that in the movie. Now, currently, I don't have any plans for like a huge story or anything. These shorts are really just going to be me practicing my stop motion animation skills, and I wanted to take you through that process with me. In order to make this work, you can see that we have this ship propped up with some Lego pieces there. Remember, all you can see in the frame here is the ship there, so that's what we've been using, and I actually have a few pieces to change the levels of the ship as it goes down. So if I just take this ship off here, you'll be able to see that I have some spots there where I know the ship will be placed again. Then on the bottom, I have these nodes here as well. So since I want this to be 24 frames per second, I want it to look smooth on the way down. And if you go brick by brick, it's probably going to look a little bit choppy. So I also built these. Each one goes down by one Lego plate, which is going to make it look smoother on the way down. And I use these to replace the bricks that are on here. So this is actually perfect timing to show the transition I used to make the ship go down smoother. What I do is I take that node that was on the ship itself, I take the top two off, and then we take this Lego piece, the one 2x2 brick with the couple of plates on top, and I put that on top to replace it, which pretty much just drops the pillar down by a single plate. As you can see here, it's just a little bit shorter than the other one. These go away, and these go back on. The ship is back on the base plate, and it is one Lego plate lower than it was before. So now we can see when we move to the next frame, the ship goes down just slightly. Move the ship again. And now we're going to replace this one that we just put on with the two plates with one with only a single plate. So it drops it down one more plate. You can see it's just a little bit lower than the last one was. The ship is back on the base plate, which means it's time to take another picture. So the process is a whole lot of that, little tiny movements, lots of switching stuff out, keeping it in the same place, but it's going to end up being something really cool. So when I finish getting the whole lowering process done, I'll show you through the camera monitor what we're looking at. So the ship is officially on the ground. Technically, it's a couple plates off the ground, but it's going to look perfect for the actual shot. You don't actually need it to touch the ground quite yet. So real quick, we're going to go through kind of what we shot. Now, it's not going to look exactly perfect because this is just from the camera's monitor, but this is what it's going to look like more or less when it comes in. We've got about 2 seconds of footage here, but that's the ship on its way descending. Now, of course, the reason we did this with green screen is we can add a background and some smoke and all the kinds of good stuff like that in post-production, but that is the actual shot we needed filmed for the first chunk of it with the ship coming down to land, and so we can get started in the next part. Now, to be totally honest, I have a little bit of building to start before the next part. We have to get some of this in the back done so it looks like someone's coming off. It doesn't have to be fully done, but a little bit more would be nice. This is my first dive back into stop motion in a little bit. I've dabbled a little bit before with some stuff on my Brickstorm Studios account, but I'm excited to kind of get into some more intense stop motion animation so I can work on more projects in the future and get some animated short films out there. Thank you for joining me on my adventure to stop motion, and this is just the start. We're going to see all kinds of stuff in the future, and I can't wait to get some shorts created.